Welcome to the Union Weekly Insider. I'm Allison Meyer, and this is the official podcast for the Union Weekly out of Cal State Long Beach. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you what it takes to put together a weekly publication. As the semester draws to a close, there's less and less for me to report on. With only 2 issues left, the office, while not totally devoid of problems, seems to run itself in a sufficient manner. The editors get content, the content gets put on a page, the page is okayed, and then the pages make up the paper. Looking back on the semester, there aren't too many loose ends that need to be tied up. Starting with the beginning of the semester, as mentioned in episode 1, we lost 2 of our section editors for travel and food. We never did get those sections back. Thankfully, our sports section was not in as much peril as we initially thought. Our sports editor, Matthew Gossip, chose to stay on with the Union Weekly staff instead of looking to another position in K-Beach. In episode 2, Sheila Sater, our head copy editor, said that she wanted to assemble an entire team of copy editors. She is now accompanied by Tara Thomas and intern Sam New in her quest to keep the Union Weekly free of grammar and AP-style errors. Back in episode 5, I announced the convergence of the 3 branches of ASI Student Media into 22 West. Don't worry, it's still happening. While the initial rollout of 22 West has been pushed back, you should start seeing results in the fall. But these aren't the only things that have happened in the semester. Many things have occurred outside the scope of this podcast. Alex Ramos, our editor-in-chief, spoke with media coordinator and advisor of the 3 branches of ASI Student Media, Danny Lemos, to see what loose ends have been tied up behind the scenes.
So this week's episode, according to Allison, is about loose ends. And we're just going over and talking about stuff that when we first came into the semester, maybe there was loose ends here and there that we need to take care of. Missing positions, sections, roles that needed to be defined, stuff like that. And so I guess to that end, what are some loose ends that you had to take care of this semester?
Regarding the union?
Or anything. This is slowly turning into like the 22 West podcast.
Loose ends. First, I think, was getting a sales manager for Union Weekly.
Yeah.
That was a loose end at the very beginning. And then training them for, or at least realizing they needed training for their position. I couldn't just hire them and put them in there. I'd actually tell them what to do or show them what to do, and find the documents that were appropriate, and find all the stuff that went with that job, and actually access it over there because it was stored. I didn't even know where it was stored.
Yeah.
So doing that was like, I relaxed once I realized that he was okay and working well. And then let's see, I'm trying to think. Let's see, College Beat. Not a whole lot of loose ends over here. And let me think, what other loose ends? Wow, that's a tough one going back to the year.
You feel like you got everything?
Well, actually, we got farther than I thought we would get this year.
Yeah.
I think one of the big highlights for me this year was you getting the printing cost reduced. That was awesome, number one, the way that happened.
That wasn't...
You leveraged something you didn't even know you were leveraging.
That was Bailey using her connection because her dad used to work.
But you leveraged it against the old guy and didn't even know that you were, and that he was.
Oh, yeah, that
classic
I had no idea that that's what I was doing.
It was great.
When they're both named Bruce. When Bruce came back
from Valley Printers, I was like shocked that he had actually counter-offered.
Yeah,
that was shocking, and wow, saved us so much money. That's great. So getting that reduced, Christopher's statistics helped us decide to reduce that. So I think there really was a team effort. Now you tell me Bailey was involved. Yeah, it was a team effort to reduce all that, and I think set us up for future. I think the biggest loose end over there was getting more computers and getting the server to work right, and getting the IT department to untangle that mess that was over there, wires forever. I think that was one that was like, wow, that was a loose end for sure. But other than that, I think what I like more than anything this year is the transparency. I mean, physically, I can look out of my office and see you guys at work. It's always heartening. I'm always intrigued about what people are watching at one screen, and they're all gathered around one screen. Like, what are they watching? I want to know. But other than that, I think they're not. It's come together in a way this year from all 3 departments in a way that it's actually unprecedented in my term here, short term. Because it always operated like independent silos. And in some ways, a little bit of jealous of each other, or, we do this differently, or why can't we do this, or how come they get this and we don't? This year, I really feel, I love looking over there and seeing Fernando in there, or when Jason walks into the union, or vice versa, when they come over here and are hanging out. And I think one of the biggest, things I'll remember about this year is the podcast. The way they were going to different offices and taping the podcast, and the fact that we were actually doing a podcast. And I think that, and Round Trip being a cooperative effort, seeing all that stuff happen.
Yeah.
But I think probably the biggest loose end was that at the beginning of this year, it was a good concept. And here at the end of the year, it is now approved and done. Convergence is a reality. We will shift to that, thanks to you guys and your leadership. And I don't mean that in any small way either. That was a big chore. Huge chore. And I would lose sleep over it sometimes in the summer of last year, thinking, how are we ever going to accomplish this? Because I really believed I had to drive it. It was the day of that spring retreat when I said, I'm going to step out of the room and let you guys discuss this. That I really felt you guys took over it. And then the demands came back a little higher than I expected with the shift in the branding. That was unexpected. But I like where it came from. And to have it ratified by the marketing department here on campus saying, that's actually not a bad idea, and that's the way we'd go. Was smart, I think. I think it's great. The last piece of unfinished business is the student media survey, which will come out sometime soon. It went out to CBA yesterday, and it will be for the rest of the student body in next week's. So hopefully we'll see that. But other than that, I think the last piece of unfinished business for Union Weekly is the removal of that wall in between you and your team. And I hear it's going to be a big project, but we are going to accomplish it. I don't know how yet, but we're going to accomplish it. I suggested to the building that maybe if it was removed by accident, then it would be renovation or repair, which is a lot less costly than actually planning it in advance. So how can I get a bulldozer to go to that wall? No, it's been an incredible year. I think it's been great. And I hope you guys feel that way. And I hope you feel your legacy 5 years from now. I hope you feel it or you see it. I think it's great.
I don't know.
Yeah. One of the things I think as a loose end, now that I think about it, was the internet version of the paper, online version. And when you came up with Medium, I thought, that supplies what I need. I know they were like, well, we need to get advertising, but we weren't really selling advertising for the online version.
Yeah.
But the readership went up.
Our readership is way up. We get consistent numbers, 1 or 2 reads, but then it's like, well, we weren't getting even 1 or 2 reads before because we weren't really relying on our resources, which is like social media and really just posting on a timely manner, posting on a website that is not just enclosed within ourselves, but it's Medium goes out to everybody. So the most recent one, the Bailey's piece about wearing flats at work, women wearing flats, is the only reason that blew up the way it did is because people found it on Medium, and it was a topic that was really popular that week on Medium, so everybody liked it. But yeah, that was like the one thing I really feel like I did.
And you did.
Because I don't know, there's a lot of stuff where I'm not willing to claim credit on it because it was more of a group effort, but Medium was like, I was just wrestling with the idea of the old website, and then there was talk of the new website, and it was just all this in between stuff. I was like, I know about this place where I can, it'll look good.
And it does.
It'll read well. We just gotta go for it. We just gotta do it. We gotta do it, and we'll ask for forgiveness later. And that's what we did. And
right. And sometimes that's the way to, because once I saw that, it was like, are you sure? I said, you know what? Where journalists want to be, that's what they should be.
Yeah.
Not where you want them to be. God, I love our website, but it is a little antiquated.
Yeah.
And there's a reason we want to design a new one.
Yeah.
But if they want to go there and they're proud and people want to write because they can be on medium.com, so much the better. Yeah. But do you feel like you had a good year?
I feel like I had a good year.
Any unfinished business? You're ready to go.
I did everything I could.
And you did.
I can feel myself being shooed away from the
really?
office. Not like...
No, but that's a good sign to know that you sourced a team that will live on beyond you.
Yeah.
You should take that as a good credit.
There's times where I'm just sitting there and Bailey, is this done? Yeah. And is this other thing done? And I'll check on other people. I'll check on Allison, and she's pretty self-sufficient. And Brittany's also self-sufficient, who I think she's going to move up into Allison's position now that Allison's graduating. And
Well,
Alexis is here, and she's getting the ropes of social media, and she's learning all these new things. And we have all the editors that are still going to be here. And it's just like, there's all these exciting possibilities, all these doors. And I remember sometime like 2 weeks ago, I was getting upset because I wasn't going to get to like be part of it and get to see it all come together. And it's just like, and now this week, I feel like I'm done. I feel like that's it.
It's coming for a 3-point landing.
I was looking for jobs yesterday, not necessarily, journalism, but going back to serving because I need a job. And I remember I was thinking, man, I need to work on Saturdays because that's like most people want you to work on weekends. And I messaged Bailey because that's production day, and I told her, hey, are you okay with me missing Saturdays or Saturday mornings at least? She's like, yeah, sure. And then I thought more. I was like, what days do I not need to really do homework? Because I really only have academic classes Tuesday, Thursday. So Monday, Wednesday are my homework days. Tuesday, Thursday are, in the afternoon I can go to work. But Tuesdays are meetings, and so I sent her another message, and I said, hey, are you okay with running meetings by yourself? She's like, yeah, sure. And just that, like at that moment, I'm done. That's it. I've done everything. She's ready. She can handle it. And the people that are still here and that go to the meetings and that are fully invested, they all listen to her. I think that was a big loose end. Is what if when she wants to move up, nobody listens to her because she's young, because she's a woman, because of this, because of that. And I think I did a good job of letting go of people that were sort of not fitting with the culture that I was trying to build. I think that was the big thing. Not so much the technical stuff or the quality of the product. That stuff was there even last year, but what I was more worried about was just the culture. Because if you build the right culture, then everything else just falls into place.
And what I've seen is transparent because everyone's having a good time. They enjoy it. They want to hang out there. That's different than it used to be. It used to be just unit.
Yeah.
Maybe KBH would sneak in every once in a while, but it really this year, people want to hang out over there. And that's really shifted away from KBH.
Yeah.
It used to be KBH was about everyone to hang out. So that's kind of nice to see. You probably have more room over there for people to hang out. But at the same time, you've accomplished what you set out to do. You've reached once you've learned the job, there's no reason to continue. It's time to go get one. And I think you'll have a good success if you, I think if you want to edit or write, you're in the right place. You got the right credits. You just got to dream it. And I say that because I think that's the most important thing you can do at this age is to see yourself successful, decide what that's going to be, and not worry about how you're going to get there. Let other people support you. And that's magic. That happens when you decide what you want to do. People will show up in your life to support you getting that. I speak from 3 times experience in that in my career, where it's just like I would say things and people go, "Oh, you're stupid. That'll never work out." Good. You should get away from me. Because I know that'll, and it did. It worked.
Yeah.
Get the right people away from you. Get the right people to surround you, and know what your dream is. So you've seen yourself with a journalism notepad or a writing pad stuck in your back pocket, getting off a plane. If you daydream that's going to happen. Put some energy behind it. Great, good job. Really great job. Yeah, no, you've done everything we could give you. You're ready to go. Yeah. I hate to say it, but yeah, my job is to make sure you guys get ready to go.
Thank you for listening to the Union Weekly Insider. To listen to more episodes, check us out on iTunes or any of your favorite podcast apps. New episodes of this podcast drop every Wednesday during the semester. Our multimedia manager is Allison Meyer. Music in this episode is from the YouTube Audio Library. You can find issues of the Long Beach Union Weekly online at lbunion.com and on Medium. Go to medium.com and search Long Beach Union Weekly. Please follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Union Weekly.